What's up, kings and queens, boos, and all of yous? Welcome back to another exciting and amazing and fun-filled edition of their POV with Nikki King. I am your host, Nikki Johnson. As you can see, there is no king today because it is the Queen's Takeover. I got my sisters in the house with me. I'm going to bring them on camera right now. What's up, ladies? How y'all doing?
Hi.
Hey now.
Y'all, our favorite people are back. They are in the building. Yeah, we are definitely live. They're in the building, and we want to say welcome and thank you both for joining me for the Queen's Takeover today.
Thank you for having us.
Y'all ready?
We in this thing.
Yeah. Really good topics, do we not, ladies?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Listen,
What we talking about?
If you have not done so already, please go ahead and share. And if you have not liked us, please do so. Hello, Miss Elise. How you doing, baby? Hello, Queen. How you
Hey,
doing, baby?
Talia.
If you have not liked us on Facebook or over on Instagram or YouTube, take a moment and do so, please.
Yes.
As well as share. Sierra. Cole. Let's say hi to the people. Tell us about
Hi. My cousin Talia. Thank you for checking in, Talia. That's my cousin. Baba.
She got a lot going on right now.
I'm sorry.
What's
my
up,
niece is
King?
leaving.
Terry says, hey, ladies.
Hi, Terry.
Hey, Terry.
All right, loves, tell us about your weekend real quick, and then we're going to do our shout-outs, and we're going to jump into it. And your man says, hey.
Hey, everybody.
All right. How was your weekend, Sierra?
It was good. It was busy. I'm tired, but I'm here because we're here to turn up and be informative. So, hey, moving on. I'm ready for it. Yeah.
Cole, how was your weekend, boo?
It was good. Just had a little accident. Almost set the grass on the woods on fire, but other than that, I had a good.
Why are you acting like left eye? Really?
Girl.
Stuff up. William, we're not doing this with you today.
Really?
Sierra,
really?
You said, are you single?
I'm married.
She is not single. But you can holler at her in the back channel.
Come on, mercy.
That's your man. That is your man. All right, go ahead and do your shout out, Sierra.
My shout out. My name is Sierra. I live in Houston, Texas. I thank you, Nikki, for this opportunity. It's very rare that people love on each other for real, and you really do. And I thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this. What do you want me to say? I'm from Houston. Okay, Mr. Pleasance TV. Y'all probably saw him on everything, but everything in TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. Mr. Pleasant TV. William is my husband. Y'all see me in the comments the whole time we're on here. And I love him to death. I do. I love that man.
Terry say he can look you up with William.
See, it's gonna go. It's gonna go tonight. Y'all just keep it flowing.
Please do. We just want everybody to know that you are his. That's all.
Basically.
That's it. But I love y'all so much. So glad.
We love you too.
There you go. Please follow them. I'm gonna leave that up for a little bit so y'all can go ahead and follow them. And Cole, go ahead and do your shout out, baby.
Thank you again, Nikki. I told you, you're my big sis, little sis. I don't even know an age, but you my sis. You my sis. So, anytime you need me, I'm here. My name is Nicole. Again, I'm from North Carolina. My other half, my cousin, he ain't with us today, but hope he chimes in today. I'm just me. I mean,
Thank you
shout out to King.
me.
King in his absence. I don't mind, sitting in his absence. Even when he's here, I still don't mind sitting in. But I hope he has fun at the concert and enjoy himself. But Nick, again, thanks again. Like Sierra said, you don't find too many women that really say they love you and actually display it. So again,
Yes.
You know how we rock.
I love
you. Sierra, I'm coming to Texas, so I'm gonna look you up.
Oh.
Hey, Rochelle.
See.
When she gets here, I'm gonna make sure we all hook up. All right.
Yes, most
So
definitely.
let me do my shout out real quick. Y'all ready? I get to do it without King, so I won't be interrupted by laughter. This shout out goes to my future husband, whoever he is, wherever you are, whoever you are. I know you are somewhere praying and preparing for me. I'm doing the same for you. You have an amazing wife waiting for you. Hey, boo, hey. Okay, I'm done. Sarah, you did not take his place with the laughing. Brilliant.
I'm like, you know, like.
And Cole, we're doing it.
You know what? You know what? You know what? You know what?
You know
we not
what?
gonna do
I
it.
cannot with y'all.
Nigga, you better let it know. You better let it be known.
Listen, I don't care, shouting out my. I don't know when you gonna see me, but
hey,
would that be Terry? You too? All y'all really? I guess King called all y'all and told y'all to take his spot. But for those who are wondering, King will not be here today. He is with his wife and daughter. He is at the New Edition concert, getting his whole. I forgot who else said it was gonna be at the concert, but he'll be back with us next week. Anywho, he could have invited us, but whatever. Were you gonna say something, Sarah? Sorry.
No, I was listing them. Jodeci, New Edition,
Charlie
and
Wilson.
Somebody else.
Charlie Wilson. Did he say
somebody else?
It's Jodeci, Charlie Wilson, and New Edition.
That part.
They doing it for the culture.
I didn't get the invite, but it's cool. It's all right. All right, y'all. Here's our first topic. Listen, I know y'all are tired of hearing and talking about the slap that was heard around the world. But we're going to talk about it today.
So tired.
I hear you, Terry. I know y'all are tired of talking about it, but we're going to hit it from a bit of a different angle. The question is it wrong?
Oh, she froze.
What happened? Where we at?
She froze.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
But I cannot hear y'all. We're not doing this today.
Oh, come on, sound.
I'm going to throw the question out since y'all can hear me, and I'll let y'all get started. I'll go out and come back in. Is it wrong for a husband to defend his wife? And I'm going to come right back because I really want to hear y'all's answer. So, Sierra, we're going to go ahead and start with you since you are married. Matter of fact, if you can give me 30 seconds, I really want to hear your answer. But be contemplating on what you're going to say. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Y'all. Okay. I can chit chat with the people in the audience. I will be right back. I promise.
All right.
It's so funny. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's so funny.
I need your energy. Oh my God. Just imagine us together.
It's dangerous.
I don't know who's going to have this energy.
It's a lot of energy. It's a lot of energy.
It is. But it's fun, though. I need that kind of energy.
It's fun and it's true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We ain't no faking around here.
Yeah, I need that energy.
She back.
I am back.
Can you hear us?
Okay.
Can you hear us?
The husband said, here we go. Yes, I can hear y'all just fine. He says, hey, baby, what's good? All right. So here we go. Really? Sierra. Is it wrong for a husband to defend his wife? And there's a part 2 to that question, but I want you to answer that part first.
Okay. So I didn't know how I was going to answer this question because it's very layered for me.
Yeah.
Being an independent woman, I was taught to stand for myself. I don't need a man to stand up for me, right?
Okay.
But when I got married, I was like, ain't my husband supposed to stand up for me? Mm-hmm. But did I give him room? Did I give him room to do that?
Did you?
I did not give him room to do that.
Right.
And when he did, when he
was like, baby, I got this.
Exactly. But then I was like, but you need to stand up at this time or that time. And it was like I was choosing when I wanted him to defend me. That was not okay. No. That's my own testimony. It wasn't okay. But now it's more of an understanding of, and also how he defends you, because it also represents you as a whole, right? You don't want him to come in, no, okay. No. So you don't want to dictate also how he defends you. So in prayer, to be honest with you, I had to give God space to allow me to let go of some things. Yeah. So that independent woman that I still am, but I give grace and I also allow some control go. Because me always having to defend myself wasn't always helping. And it didn't allow space for my husband to take the lead because I was always over over the top. You know what I mean?
Right.
So is it wrong for a husband to defend his wife? No, it's not. How he does it, though, is another question.
Yeah. Okay. I love the answer. And we're going to hit on the hows and stuff in just a second. Coley Cole, we're coming to you in a moment. Let's hit a couple of comments first. Alrighty. So Terry says a husband is supposed to defend his wife unapologetically. Maybe the methods in which he defends her can differ with the circumstances, but she must be protected and respected at all times. Period. Right. Period, Terry says. See, Terry, I don't know why we're not married yet. Rochelle says, I can defend myself, but if my husband needs that part, we're going to get to this in just a second, William. So, ladies, don't answer that part yet. Okay. That's your man, Sarah. That's your man. Okay, so Coley Cole, is it wrong for a husband to defend his wife?
Like, I'm with Sierra. Like, I'm with her. Like, I'm not married, but even in a boyfriend situation, I feel like, you know, if I'm with you and somebody step out of line, like, I'm expecting you to say something. But again, I had to pray about it like Sierra. I'm like, okay, God, I gotta, because I came from a family of guys. So I was always taught, like, they'll tell you in the streets, oh, don't mess with Nicole because Nicole will bulk at a minute. So
she not give you buck, huh?
Not give you buck.
Like even in with me, it was like, you know, I had a situation where a guy was with me, he was trying to defend me, and I'm like, oh no, I got this myself. But then he was like, but if I'm your man, and he had to, like, afterwards, after the altercation was over, he had to check me. He was like, you got to stop putting yourself in this situation. Let me handle it because you blew off the handle. So, and I'm like, but he was coming for me, you know, like stuff like that. So I had to learn how to let some stuff go when I'm in a relationship and let a man be a man. Because my grandfather, again, I use him in a reference because he was the protector of the family. It's like, you could say what you want to say about me, but you better not touch my tribe over here. So yeah, it's all about how you do it.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sierra.
What she said. We both hit it on the same note. It's how you do it.
That part. Okay, so y'all know the question is coming up because of what happened. Look, I got off of their POV with y'all last Sunday. Told y'all I'm gonna go watch the Oscars. The Oscars was gonna give me a whole show for today.
Right.
And there have been so many things that have developed from last Sunday to today. But if we're talking about what happened, okay, I definitely want my husband to defend me. No doubt, no question. If you're not defending me, I'm just trying to understand why we're married. I'm just trying to understand that. Now, if I'm not leaving room for you to do it, because I'm too nucky if you buck, and I'm jumping in the way of the bullets, the guns, and the fists, okay, then I see you going to go sit down. Just like, well, baby, I don't have to fight you. But we got to put that independent part away once we get married. That just, it has its place when you're single versus when you're married. But I'm not trying to be nowhere where I'm sweating because I'm fighting and you over there eating or drinking a beer. Really?
We're going to have a problem.
Okay, man, you're going to fight, but when I'm done, man, you're going to have a fight.
Right.
Then the other thing is, I want to talk about to what the extent is, right? So, hey, James, how you doing?
Hi,
Hello,
James.
King. He said, hey, Queen.
Hey, James.
Okay, so your husband presented two questions. The first one was, you want me slapping people? The next one is, to what level before you want us to stop? I would think that you want us to come home with you. All right. So what I wanted to bring into the part of the question is how do you feel about the way Will went about it? And the reason that I'm asking is because the brother has gotten a bunch of backlash on both sides. Now I'm going to be 100 with y'all. I feel like if he did nothing, he'd have got backlash for doing nothing. I'm not saying what he did was right, but I think I would have preferred that you cuss him from your seat, then get up and slap the man the way that you did, because he did not touch me physically and he didn't get in my personal space. Now, when I asked that question, I have to tell y'all that the producer of the Oscars, many of us know the producer, Will Packer. Will Packer did an interview with Good Morning America where he stated that the joke that Chris told about G.I. Jane was not a part of his set. It was not in the teleprompter. And they were shocked when he told the joke because that's not what was in the teleprompter. So that came from Chris. Does that change how you feel? Does that add another layer? Hey, my baby Sissy's on. Hey, baby. Excuse me. Does that add a different layer to you guys? Terry, I love your comment. I'm coming to that in a second. So with what I just added to it, does it change how you feel? Okay, so Cole, I'm going to start with you this time.
Okay, so with this situation with Will, first of all, you got to understand Chris Rock is a comedian. Will, you have made jokes about, you ribbed on people about whatever that was going on. Third of all, we're talking about alopecia. Like, I'm not.
Which Chris did say he did. He said
he didn't know.
He said he didn't know. I don't know if he did,
but
he
that's
said
the
he
thing.
didn't know. But go ahead,
you're upset because of your hair. How many cancer patients are out here that's fighting for their life that has lost their hair? You see what I'm saying? So, if that's the reason why you mad, come on. Your wife has wore her hair short. How long in this industry? She cut, got weave, come on, man. It shouldn't have, but second, and then you get up on national TV and put your hands on the man. I'm like Steve Harvey. You did a corporate America slap, because if it was a true person, you know what I'm saying, that did not care about their career. Because look, Rick Ross made a whole diss song about you and your wife having an entanglement. I don't see you looking for Rick Ross in Atlanta to slap him. Old boy did a whole broadcast about sleeping with your wife, and you knew about it, and he didn't slap him. Like, it was so much in that story that Will, and please don't take this out of context, but I'm like, now the white America that loved you is now showing you that you're black. They want your money. They want you to pay. They want you to go to jail. Alex Baldwin shot the little director and killed her, but they want to keep that under wraps. But now they showing you black. You gonna pay?
Yeah, because there's been a lot of people that have won Academy Awards right after they did some horrendous stuff like kidnap, sexual assault, and some other stuff, and won the couple of days or a week or so after. But anyway, I'm Sarah.
But see, it was just so much. Like, I'm like, it's okay. So that was the extreme. Like, you went overboard. Like, you really wanted to be known for that reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, I defended my wife. Out of all the stuff that your wife done did to you, they did a whole meme of you when you did the red table. When you was up there bawling your little eyes out because your wife done told national TV, yeah, I had an affair. Why you ain't slap her? If you gonna catch a charge, but who's making you look bad at home? Okay, I'm done. I don't promote domestic violence, but I'm just saying, like, it's just other. It's just other
charge at the house.
Yeah, but it's just other things like that was it. You could have. First of all, y'all was friends. You know what I'm saying? You could have called that man, or you could have took him backstage when he gave the award.
Hold on, Cole. Now, if they were friends, let me add this. If they were friends, why would Chris do it? Because remember, that was not a part of Chris' on stage set. So if they were friends, why would Chris cross that line?
Okay, but not only that, look at Kevin Hart. Him and Kevin Hart. I don't know if y'all seen the pranks that he was doing, that Kevin Hart did to him. Like, Kevin was just telling your business. You know what I'm saying? He is a comedian. You know what I'm saying? Like, they took, like, even when G.I. Jane came out, when old girl cut her hair, Will had something to say. See, when they start pulling up them old clips, or you walking by that lady head and rubbing her head because she'll cut her hair. Your wife cut her hair every 3 seconds, and now you want to get up here and slap somebody. Now look at the penalty. Now you want everybody to be on your side, or the first thing you want to say is black people turning against you. Dude, you just slapped the black man. You ain't give that slap. Like you just slapped the black man on TV.
I ain't blackity black.
Okay, I'm done. But I'm just saying, like,
white people, you black.
I'm just saying, like, now they want to take your Oscar. They done had you step down. They want some money. They want everything. Netflix and Sony, you got a movie coming out. Now they don't want you on their station. So, like, I'm like, now you paying for slapping somebody, and you thought it was cute. And then your wife said, and see, this is my problem with Jada.
Okay, hold on.
I'm sorry.
With Jada, let me hit some of these comments. Sierra, take some of that energy and read this comment by
Sierra. In the same breath, I got you. In the same breath, a woman has to protect her man from himself. Ooh, sometimes we can go off the hinges when it concerns our lady, and it's a woman's job to protect us in that moment when we aren't really thinking clearly in our anger.
Right.
I love that.
That was my issue with Jada, because if you look,
wait a minute.
She spoke afterwards. Thanks, babe.
Wait, let me hear. Let us include our family. Hold on.
Okay.
The family got some my sister was saying that part. Don't get up. I think she was agreeing when I was saying, cussing from the seat, but don't go up on the stage.
Don't get up.
So you did see the Good Morning America interview. All right. Shelly Shell says, I believe what Will did was not admirable. Who knows what is going on in Jade's life? Not all actresses have social media. True. She was agreeing with Terry.
Terry.
Let's see. Hold on. On another black man on top of that. Yeah. Would he have done that if the dude was white? Okay. Okay, so Nicole, go ahead and read what James said.
He said, I have defended my wife before a church full of people years ago. The difference is, number one, I privately addressed the issue towards the people that were picking with her in the church. Number two, I didn't touch anyone. You don't touch people at any times under any circumstances. Will should have been a man and addressed it, Chris, behind the scenes. Totally agree.
All righty.
Number one,
I wish I was a guest on this topic. Terry, I'm not even going there with you. Terry turned me down all the time when I try to get him on the show. Anyway, I love you, Terry. I threw you all the way underneath the bus. Rochelle says, see, Naomi Campbell doesn't have edges because she wore wigs and,
I can
he did it amongst company, which is one of the things a lot of black people have a problem with. Y'all know how we feel about cutting up in front of white folks. That would be, your parents used to say back then, once you get up here and cut up in front of white folks.
Right.
You did that in front of a lot of them. Okay. I'm not sure what that was supposed to be, Will. It just came up as a square.
You probably call him a square.
And I think to Rochelle's point, with Naomi Campbell and the edges and everything, who people have talked about so much. The question is when is too much too much? So I understand my work schedule changed. I love being a guest, boo. I love when he calls me boo. Anyway, let me stop messing with Terry. He's so sexy though. Anyway, I did just say that, but I don't care. So listen.
Okay. Okay.
What is too much? Right?
Well, he got on stage and slap.
Hold on, Cole. Wait, let me get the question out. I do understand that comedians tell jokes. I get that. When is too much? For instance, when Will Packer said, the thing is that the joke that he told about the G.I. Jane, it was not in the teleprompter, and it shocked him. That was you ad-libbing in that moment. When is too much? When does it become disrespect? When do you have the right as a comedian to say whatever you want as long as I put a ha-ha behind it? For instance, you know how people will send you a text or say something to you in public, they real shady with it, but then they'll be like, LOL, or they'll be like, huh. And you're like, well, nothing funny about that. Just because you
That
put
wasn't
LOL
funny.
with it didn't make it funny. So when is too
Mhm.
much, too much? So before you guys answer, let me hit these real quick, and then I'm going to come to you first, Sierra. Wait a minute. What y'all going what y'all got going on,
Uh-oh.
Terry? Got nothing.
Uh-oh.
He's just sexy.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I'm just being honest. He's not I'm not disrespecting nobody. He's talking about
Okay,
all
great.
sookie
Okay.
sookie.
All
Hey
sucky
mommy.
sucky now.
I don't know what my mama said, but she said something, and my sister said that's right, mommy. Okay. So Sierra, when is too much too much? When is the line crossed? When you're saying too much or you're doing too much when it comes to talking about somebody's loved one. And I understand what Nicole said about cancer patients, but what if in that moment Jada was feeling like for her and everybody else has lost their hair to a disease, you doing too much?
Well, first of all, I was on the fence of when the joke came out, and I was not even watching it. My husband, he's like, "Sierra, did you hear? Did you see the slap?" And I'm like, "No." I told him, "Did you hear this? Did you see the slap?" So when I heard the joke, they were still laughing at the joke, and then you see Will walking up to the stage. So if you're laughing and then you get up and walk, the signal for you to get up and walk and slap him in the face was Jada looking at him like, I didn't find that funny. So my thing
But
is with the comedy. Let's look at that first.
okay.
With a comedian, he didn't know she had alopecia. I didn't know. I even said, well, she cut her hair all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next morning I found out she has alopecia. Right. I didn't know. So I said, I had the same idea of she cuts her hair all the time. She's cute with short haircuts, with long hair, what have you. I didn't know the struggle. So the joke in itself, everyone was laughing, but then she felt uncomfortable. So as a man, I feel like I think, yes, everyone feels like Jada signaled him, you need to stand up for me moment kind of thing. But then also Will, as a man needs to know within himself when enough is enough. And when he came off the stage and she would have said that was unnecessary or would have said something or signaled like she was happy with his decision to go slap him. No, she was actually smiling and leaned into him like, thanks, babe. Like that. So you're okay with that behavior. That's their relationship. So everyone doesn't want everybody in their relationship, right?
Yeah.
That's another conversation for another day. But if that's what they decide, that's what they decide. Now, for me and mine, no. You need to know where it stops. Like you need to know, yes, I'm gonna defend my wife, but like my husband said, I want to go home.
So let me ask you this, Sierra. If that were you and Will, if that were you and Will, and Terry was making the joke from the stage, Terry makes the joke, and Will realize, wait a minute, he just said what again? And looks over at you and sees that you were displeased, defended, and pissed off. And you see Will getting up. What would you have done?
I would have stopped him.
Go ahead.
I would have stopped him. I would have stopped him.
Okay.
I would have stopped him and said, let's go. Let's just go.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to sit here and be disrespected, nor will you allow you. I allow you to go disrespect yourself and disrespect another man. So how about we just go ahead and leave? We can just address him later. That's what I would have done.
Okay.
To be honest.
So we're going to come to you next, Cole. We got some comments I want to hear first. What I want to say, because everyone keeps saying that when he told the joke, Will was laughing. If you were watching the Oscars live, Chris had just told a joke about, oh God, what's that actor's name? It's he played the love interest in Eat, Pray, Love. I cannot remember that man's name, but he and his wife were both nominated. So the joke was, if you win tonight, you're not gonna win at home. Because if you beat your wife, you ain't gonna win tonight. You get it? So he said, you better hope that Will Smith wins. So right after he tells that joke, he slides in the G.I. Jane joke. And Will's kind of laughing. And then it was kind of one of those, she caught it and was like,
here you go again.
He looked over, it was kind of one of those, wait a minute, what did he say? Because I've heard from a lot of judges, a lot of celebrities, when you're in the auditoriums, if you're on the judge's table or whatever, you don't always hear. immediately like, what's, because the way the sound is in there. And I, from the look on his face, was like, wait, what? Oh, wait, what did he say? Because I think he was still, because the joke before that was funny. I was watching it live, so it was funny. I laughed myself. I was like, yeah, he ain't gonna get none tonight if he don't, But then when he realized it, I honestly, and this is not an excuse, I honestly think it was accumulation of the last few years all in that one moment, right? It was, we had already called him out. I didn't, but a lot of people have called him out because of that entanglement situation. Because the dude was younger and it was a rapper and whatever. The stuff that is going on with his son and people calling him out on that because his son, well, y'all can Google it. And then what's going on with his daughter. So you have a lot of stuff. And then this look on her face, I don't know if in that moment he knew how to handle it. Did he handle it right? No. In my opinion, to him, it may have been right. But what if it was one of those, one more time, your manhood is being questioned? Maybe not by the public, maybe by your wife. I'm not saying she
it was. I'm
not saying she looked at him and said, you gonna get him to do something, but I'm just saying. So in that moment, because we can all say in retrospect, in hindsight, what we would do. But in that moment, on the biggest stage in the whole world, he just disrespected your wife. Now, Chris said it. Why Chris chose to mess with them one more time, because this ain't the first time he's done it. Why he chose to do it and throw that in there and mess with the woman, I don't know. I don't know if he really knew about the alopecia. I know he didn't deserve to be slapped. I would prefer it. We'll just be angry and say, keep my wife's name out your effing mouth. Leave it there. But when he got up, he went up there with intention. So I'm gonna leave that there. Let's hit these comments real quick. Did we already hit this one? No. So James says you cross the line when it becomes a cheap shot from the comedian standpoint. From the Will Smith standpoint, when it becomes physical, you cross the line. Love it. We already know she's yours, William. We know this. All righty. My sister said Regina Hall. Go ahead. You want to read that one, Cole? Go ahead.
It says Regina Hall made a joke earlier that night about being able to get with Will and Jada being okay with it. Nobody got up and slapped Regina. And that's what I was getting ready to say.
Well, okay, hold it, Cole. We coming back to that.
Jada, what you about to say? Jada Toxic has mentally destroyed Will. He has been made to seem so soft and weak because of the things she has made so public. This man is so broken inside, and Chris Rock was wrong, on the wrong end of it.
And that's exactly what I was trying to say. I don't agree with what he did, but in hindsight, we can all say what we would not have done or would have done. But to be put in that situation, publicly humiliated one more again. I don't care that he's Will Smith, the guy that has had such a good mark in Hollywood or whatever. That's a man. And when it comes to men and their pride and their manhood, I don't know what it felt like to be him in that moment. Nicole, you've been waiting so patiently, baby. Go ahead.
Honey, because that's what I was going to say. And Jada, when I say Jada made me mad, because one, why didn't you check him? When you see him like come back and from slapping somebody, I would have been like, oh, you just embarrassed me and you. Let's go.
Let's go.
I don't care if you won an Oscar. Let's go. And me and him would have had it out. Yes. Now the cameras wouldn't have caught us fussing, but we would have had it out in that car. Yes. Two, what my thing is, Regina Hall made a joke of your entire marriage before Chris Rock came out there. I ain't see you roll an eye. You was clapping and laughing. Like, come on. Like, that's why I'm like, because when I first seen the slap, I'm like, oh, this is for TV. But why would you do that? Like why would you let the people see you walk up and really hit somebody in the face? But Jada, I was mad with Jada because one, okay, you got offended about the joke, but there's a different way you could have handled it. Yeah, you better defend me because you got hit. I'm quite sure you got this man number because you done been on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You done been on several sets with this man. You could even if you didn't have his phone number, when he walked off that stage, I would have kind of got up and walked behind him and been like, "Hey, bro, like that joke went too far. We can hee ha ha, but just keep my if that's the way we going, keep my name and my wife's name out your mouth. Don't do no more jokes, no nothing." Then I would have been okay with that. But for you to give that, I was just that whole thing messed me up that next day. I was mad because I was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, come on, Will. Like now your image is tarnished off of a impulse stupid mistake that you just went and did."
Is it tarnished though? For you?
No, it's elevated.
But
it's elevated.
To
Coins.
me, all the work he's done to me did not end in that moment. If that's the case, then can't none of us make a mistake.
Right?
No. He just happened to be caught on international TV.
Right. But
I don't think his and we're gonna wrap this up and go to the next one. But I don't think his
I think it's compromised. I wouldn't, because like the way they trying to portray him now, like, oh yeah, we've been waiting for this monster to come out, because now you see different people want to speak out because it's an Hispanic guy that worked with him on the movie Ali. They're speaking out like, oh yeah, y'all just seeing this? Well, I seen it here. You know what I'm saying?
That's
and they all about trying to.
He slapped paparazzi before.
Right, but I'm saying,
but I don't think I don't think that it tarnished his, if he allows it to. But anytime anybody does anything, if it's not Will, if it's somebody else, you always have people that's gonna come out and be like, yeah, because I knew when he, and people gonna.
I think it's just compromised. I think it's compromised. I don't think it's like tarnished. It's tarnished because everybody's gonna remember it, but I think it's gonna be compromised.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's gonna get the big rose because they're trying to tear him down. And I think he's broken down because now the people that you thought when you was believing in the stars and the galaxy your religion,
going there.
Now you want to call on God. That's compromise. That's another whole other topic too.
Yeah, that's another topic. We're gonna wrap this topic up and go on to the next one. What are your last thoughts, Sierra?
On the compromised view, any conflict in our weird, strange world allows for greed, more coins, more money in the bank, and both of them are winning off of this situation. So green is what they looking for, and they're getting it from this whole altercation. My next statement was just throwing this out here. Was this a hoax? Just throwing it out there. Could it be a hoax in that we're all making it bigger than what it is, and they wanted us to so they can get more coins?
To be honest, when I was watching it live, I literally, I don't know how long my mouth was sitting up there open, and I kept saying, was that part of the until I saw Will's face walking back to his seat,
right.
And then he started saying, keep my wife. Listen.
He had a smirk though.
You know when a brother's angry.
This is true.
And it was the roar that came with it. You understand what I'm saying? However, into what you're saying though. Mm-hmm. Now, the ratings sucked for the Oscars for a minute. Because Oscars act like not an black person did anything for some years. The ratings were through the roof. You done heard the word Oscar about 1 billion times since last Sunday. Mm-hmm. So as much as the Oscars, or I shouldn't even say the Oscars, it's more of the people, the Hollywood people that are speaking out and saying what they're saying. As much as they are doing all of that, we know the Oscars benefited tremendously. And probably will for a couple of years, because now you're gonna want to watch to see what happens next. So I want them to raise up. People have the right to have their opinion. We're here on POV. We're all giving our opinion. But the man didn't kill anybody. And if in that one moment, and I'm not saying the slap was right, Chris is okay, Will is okay. The apologies have gone forth. Chris decided right then and there, because Will Packer gave him the option backstage to the police are right there. Do you want them to escort him? He said no. If Chris does not proceed with pressing charges or anything, I think it is something that needs to go ahead and die down. And we do need to stop making such a huge, big deal of it. But he is not the poster child for black men. And that one mistake that he made, is that going to erase the people that he's fed, the homes that he's built, the money that he's donated, all of his good work? It's like a brother can't, they can't get a break. All right, one of y'all read this for me. I done got hot. And then we're going to move on to the next subject.
Why do Black people have to be compromised by negative decisions they make? White celebrities have done worse and no one talks about it.
Not a word. Not a word. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
That's the way we live in.
You want to read this one, Cole?
Says yes, but we can't go around slapping everybody that says something we don't like towards us or about us.
That is true. I don't agree with the slap. I don't, but at the same time, I don't think comedians should be free to just say whatever they want to say, although I know that's freedom. We're going to move on to the next topic, because this topic is a whole show. Yeah. And ladies and fam in the audience, I love everybody's perspective. Cole was about to have church.
Honey.
Sierra was a whole choir.
Hello.
All right, women in business, get your blank up and work, y'all. Okay, so let me tell the people that don't know. Kim Kardashian did an interview with, I think it was Variety. What just happened? Variety magazine.
Mm-hmm.
I actually saw the live footage of it. Now I don't know when the full thing comes out, but she said, I have the best advice for women in business. And these are quotes from her. She said, get your effing A, and she said the words, up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days. As you can only imagine, she's received a lot of backlash because of what she said. We're going to discuss that in a moment. But she went on Good Morning America the other day and said that her comment was taken out of context. She said it was coming off of just being asked, you've been in the business or you've been famous or whatever for 20 years. Are you famous for just being famous? And according to her, that's why the answer came the way that it did. I watched the clip of when she said it. It doesn't seem like it was an edited soundbite. It seemed like it was a soundbite. And a soundbite for us would just be like a snippet. But it was the way she said it. She said, I have the best advice for women in business. Get up off your effing blank and work. And I was like, oh, okay. If they in business, then they must be working. But I'm going to leave my comments for a moment. I'm going to give y'all a chance to. Whew. I'm going to give y'all a chance to talk before I voice mine. Sierra.
Don't go me first. I want to call. I want to call first. Go on, Nicole.
How do you feel about Kim Kardashian's comments?
Let me tell you, Nikki, this show almost made me take some blood pressure pills.
That's why I'm letting y'all go first.
Okay. So Kim Kardashian, one, she makes my skin boil sometimes.
All the time.
But I'm like, okay, sweetheart, your daddy was a lawyer, so that gave you money. So you was spoon-fed a lot from the beginning. You're not like most business women that got to start from the bottom. Then you got your money for promoting a sex tape, laying on your back, boo. You get up.
That part.
You don't even like is work. 9 times out of 10, working business women has children that they got to take care of home first before they go out here and start a business. Even if it flops or if it grows or whatever. Baby doll, you hire people to raise your kids. You got all the time in the world to open up how many businesses you want to open up.
My mama say she felt some kind of way when she heard it. Go ahead, Coley.
I did, because I'm like, sweetheart, how did you get your show? You got your show because you laid on your back and you made a sex tape that you had leaked when you want to allegedly say somebody else leaked it. You slept around. Like, come on, boo. I ain't mad at your grind, how you got your money or how you started off. I ain't mad at that.
Don't be knocking other people when they
I ain't knocking them. But boo, come on. When you start from the bottom and you start in a business, then you come to me because your business partners, your sisters, they got their riches from their daddy. And then, yeah, they might have flourished and went to different avenues or whatever. But come on, baby doll. Come on. Like, yeah. Honey.
The comment was insensitive. It was not. She never has. I don't know why we put so much worth into people of the Kim Kardashians of the world. I don't know why we put so much worth on what they say, because at the end of the day, they are not the average American. They're not the average woman. They are just not. They're booted, plasticked up. You know what I'm trying to say. They're not the average woman. So, but the other part of it, y'all gonna hate me for this though, is as a businesswoman, you do gotta get your butt up. Like at the end of the day,
a lot of people that felt like, well, what did she say was wrong? Because you do have to get up. But my thing with Sierra is, now she said she was addressing, I guess, the people that become famous through social media or whatever, which is the same. That's how she get her. But anyway, okay.
It's the same.
If you are in business, then you were doing some form of work. But don't be insensitive. It was the way it was said for me. It was the whole inflection from the throat for me. Right? I'm a businesswoman. I am working. Y'all know me. I'm working hard to build what I'm doing. Anybody that knows me knows I'm busting my butt. I'm doing stuff way beyond my physical capacity sometimes, if I'm going to keep it 100. Okay? But so don't look at me because you're riding on Dana Trillions and tell me, Nikki, you need to get up because you're not doing enough. What? Boo. But okay, you had some great helps. Like, let's start with your father, which because of what the work that he did with a lot of celebrities, that opened up a lot of doors. Even though she was a stylist, that opened up a lot of doors for you to work with them.
It did.
Number two, your best friend back in the day was Paris Hilton. So everywhere she was, you worked. Boom. And then, okay, the sex tape. Right after the sex tape, we got Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And because of people like us, these women that are working hard, y'all have built an entire empire. I don't knock your hustle, but the stuff that you're able to do, you have an entire empire of a team. You got nannies on top of people that do your hair, your makeup, get your clothes ready. They can brush your teeth if you want them to. The average woman, I'm not even gonna say the average, the non-celebrity woman that doesn't have those type of resources and access, how they doing all that? We sitting in our computer with bad breath and children screaming everywhere, trying to make it happen and trying to get into doors and trying to get grants and trying to get loans. So maybe when she said it, she meant it differently. And in retrospect, again, in hindsight, we can all be like, dang, I shouldn't have said that. Because something in what she said made her address it when Robin Roberts brought it up on Good Morning America. But please do not downplay what hard-working women are doing. We do that enough already. We are on ourselves enough already. We already feel like we're not doing enough. I wish I had more time in the day. I wish I had more energy. I wish I had help. And don't be no single mama, or don't be no single person where there is no help. You don't have an inheritance. You got student loan and bills and a loan for your business. Okay, I done got hot all over again.
Yeah, you did.
Let me hit these comments and then y'all go ahead. So Terry says this woman ain't work. She got a full. I just come on, Terry. See what I'm talking about? She has a full team of people that do the actual work. She just shows up and collect the money. It wasn't the message. It was the messenger. It was the throat. It was how it came out her throat.
It came with aggression, like people ain't out here working. Girl,
she was like, I am working. Advice for business women. Get up off your effing blank. And what? That's the best advice you could have gave?
Right.
Okay.
You could have gave something motivational. You could have said something, motivational. No, that wasn't, no.
Because she was like, it wasn't a blanket statement. I'm sorry. You didn't say this goes out to those of you that are okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else want to?
But she doesn't have it. Isn't she getting her lawyer degree? Trying to become a lawyer or something?
Girl, she got a quick degree. She didn't get a drive-through degree.
My sister said, I think it was both. Nicole with that drive-through, I'm not.
I cannot.
She thought she was black for about 5 seconds. It didn't go over right. It didn't go over right.
I think she got lost in the sauce because everybody was patting her on the back and trying to lift her up because of what Kanye was doing. So she thought she had a crowd and wound up swallowing her tonsils.
Let's just say she was in her feelings because somebody did say, you're just famous for being famous. And so by the time the question came out, that was her response. I can't even. I'm trying to.
I can't.
I'm trying to.
We're silent, so we can't.
I think because everybody was saying had her back. DL Hughley, everybody had her back about this her and Kanye crap that I'm tired of hearing about. And she felt like, well, she don't even think when she talked, but anyway, I really felt like she was like, hey, they lifted me up, so let me make this smart, and don't understand she just came down the hill all by herself.
If I'm gonna be honest, Cole, aside from the Kanye stuff, because he doing some stuff, girl.
Right.
But keeping it just here, it was very insensitive. If the opportunity, she out of her mouth, I watched her say it. I didn't just read this.
And she had aggression when she said it.
She said, I have the best advice for women in business. Like her neck, she was and then her sister, Courtney, was like, not Courtney. It was Courtney.
What's Courtney?
When she said that women need to get up off there and work, Courtney was like, yeah.
Courtney. Courtney is so. Can we go to the next topic? I don't like
my
them.
mama said she was not the right person to make that statement. She just wasn't. That was, you have so much influence, and I'm not trying to, her whole life ain't over because it's how Nikki feels. But in that moment, you had the best advice. That was not the best advice you could have given. It really wasn't. And then I gotta add this, y'all. People are struggling. People were getting loans. I ain't talking about the people that took the loans and went on a vacation with it. People were getting loans so they could pay their workers during this pandemic. People are struggling, and that's the best advice. Yeah, that wasn't the best. It was not.
But
they live in a different world. They live in a different world than we live in. Once again, why do we put worth on what they say? Yeah. They don't live in the same world we live in. They really don't. And I don't even pay attention to them.
Yeah, but my thing is too. Like I even try to look at it through, because I was like, well, maybe if she elaborated, why she felt this way. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I could kind of understand.
And maybe she does elaborate, but that's not what was released.
Right. That's what they got.
So maybe she does, right.
But my thing is, one, you're like a social mogul. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is always good. You always trending or something. By this time, you got all these people on your team that need to tell you how to watch your mouth, how to speak, how to do an interview.
Who gonna tell her that?
No, exactly. And she tell her what to do. They don't tell her what to do.
Because they did, like one time I watched the show. And
no, you did. Yes, you did. Oh God.
But they had it where they had somebody come and try to tell them. That's when the stepfather turned to the woman.
When he has his transition. Yeah.
He so they didn't know how to approach being interviewed about this. So they had somebody. And that person was trying to tell them, like, you have to not try to just guard your feelings and stuff. You have to think, if you're gonna speak global, you need to think global. And I just don't think that she has that. Like I said, I think they was hyping her up, and she feels like, hey, they bashing Kanye. They lifted me up, and boom. They said once you go up, you're gonna fall.
We gonna move on, y'all.
Okay.
Let's talk about the Instagram honey trap. We're gonna talk about this honey trap. So there is a woman on Instagram that for a fee will try to honey trap your man in the DM. So what she'll do is slide into your man's DM and flirt with him. If he asks for her number or gives her his number or asks her out, he's officially trapped. She gets paid for that. She earns quite a bit. I'll put 2K, but it's more than that. Ladies, how do y'all feel about the honey trap? I'm gonna tell y'all, me and my homies used to do this back in the day when I was growing up for free.
All the time.
And there was no social media. It was just you call.
It was three-way calling.
You page them.
Three-way calling.
You know what I'm saying? Or you go by the crib and you see. So yeah, and we didn't pay each other that, but this woman has made so much money. She's gotten a lot of extensive surgeries and is continuing to get them. And she says she has no intention of stopping. So we're paying for her surgeries to trap your man. How do y'all feel about the honey trap?
You know, like you said, back in the day, we used to do it on three-way, and now people are paying big bucks.
Free.
Everything is big bucks now. The things that we used to do, like I told someone back in the day, you can get oxtails for like real cheap. Now they super expensive.
That
bruh. Yeah, now y'all see the importance of it. Anywho,
got some in my freezer too.
If people want her service and feel like they need to get confirmation about their mate, by all means, do what you got to do. Just know you're gonna pay for it. But But another thing is, if you're a woman and you feel like you have to do the honey trap for your man, maybe you shouldn't be with him. Maybe he's not the one.
That part.
That's a sad part. But if you need confirmation, she's a wonderful confirmation.
Yeah, and
it's better than your friends doing it.
It's a trap, though. You got this woman. I mean, she's sexy. I don't care how many parts she's about. She's sexy. You got this woman sliding in your DM. And what if it's at a time when you, as his woman, have not been pumping him up and making him feel good, and y'all been having issues, and you got this sex thing coming through there, making him feel good? You are entrapping him, and then get mad when he get caught in the trap. Now, I get it. I understand the concept. You want to know if the brother's faithful, but if you got to go to that extent to do it,
it's not necessary.
Probably not. Or you willing to pay to see how faithful this man is willing to be?
First of all, I'm not paying $2 to see if you're gonna cheat.
That part.
Have you not seen how high gas is outside?
Will said he would think it was spam, and then he would block her.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, I'm not paying $2 to see if you. But start of all, if I gotta find a woman or use my friend to see if you gonna cheat, brother, I don't need to be with you.
Mm-mm.
I don't care if I ain't lifting them up. If you gonna cheat, let me waste $2,000 to see if you gonna cheat. Boy, you better cheat.
Sometimes it costs more than that. Here's another thing, y'all. So you're trusting this woman that you don't know, that's really trying to continue to build up her surgery stash. What if you turn her down and turn her down again and turn her down again? But
I'm gonna tell you, you better go cheat.
If he don't fall in the trap, she don't get to keep the money. So you keep trying all of your tricks. How long are you gonna keep pressuring that man's pressure before he give in? Is that fair?
Is there a time limit on that, or how many times she used to try?
No, all those details. You probably got to get with her to get all them details. But do you get my point though? Brother turn you down 3 times, but you really want that 10,000 or whatever the fee is for that particular thing. So do you start sending pics? Do you start sending boob? Like what we doing? And how long do you keep pushing at that before he? But you've entrapped him now. So was that initial? Yeah, I cheated on my woman, or was that? Ooh, and she done got me on a hard day.
Right, you pushing the issue. Yeah. A good man. Let's go there. A good man would bring it to you. Be like, hey, this woman keep sliding through my DMs. Do you know this woman?
Boom.
And then you gotta be like, ooh. You can stop that, girl, because now you caught, because you try to catch him, right? So
but then we gotta be the type of women that he can bring that to, though.
Exactly.
Because but what you do to initially get a comment.
But I love internet. I love the internet. But I love the internet because it shows the original contact. He didn't contact her. She contacted him.
But you're talking like a logical woman. All of us are not logical.
This is true.
All of us are not logical. We feel like
this is true. I mean, do your research.
We're not all logical like that.
Oh, this is true. In the heat of the moment too.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. Like, first of all, sweetheart, again, if I had to come to that level, it's not worth it. We gotta sit down and have a conversation. Me and my man will have to sit down and conversation because I want you to Will Smith me, slap me. Honey, if I'm still like,
get her, please.
No, I'm telling you, like, I can't. Like, first of all, why would you get like I'm going to get Instagram model to see if you was gonna cheat. Okay, and now I ain't got bad taste in the men's, but I'm saying I date the average man. Sweetie, what are you posting on your social media to make you think you get somebody like that? What are you doing?
Like William said, he think it was a spam. King and I talked about this on Monday. He was like, nigga, first thing I think good, she trying to play me or she wants something. That's the first thing he said. I don't think I'm ugly. But I look at her and be like, she wants something. She wants.
They got a show called Catfish on MTV. You better check it out.
Yeah.
Because I'll be like,
straight up.
He say straight up off the screen. He talking about Will Smith laughing. So we have a couple of other topics, but we're not going to have time to do them both. So we're going to end with this one here. We need to stop it. What is one thing, women, ladies, queens, that we as women need to stop doing? What's one thing that we need to stop doing? We're going to start with you, Sierra.
I knew you was going to pick me first.
Absolutely.
I knew you was going to pick me first.
It ain't like you know questions coming.
I know, right? One thing that we can stop doing is judging one another off of sight first. Like, have a conversation. If you see a woman that is beautiful or another woman that's, whatever the case may be, have a conversation with her before you judge her. I think we as women judge so quickly on one another and it doesn't help us. It just hurts us.
Yeah.
Every time we step out of the door, I know I'm going to be judged by a woman first before I'm judged by a man. Mm-hmm. And it's hard. It's hard to really just live life freely and give each other grace. A woman could be having a bad day. You see a woman with kids and she's struggling and you need to get your kids. How about you give her some grace? How about that? I was like, hey girl, you need a little help? You want me here? I'm carrying the bags for you. Yeah. We need to lean on one another a whole lot more than we do and stop judging one another and give each other grace. Yeah.
I love that. A lot of that judgment comes from our own personal insecurity.
Exactly.
Everything that you about to say out your mouth about her, it comes from you. It really comes from you. All right, Nicole, what's one thing?
Well, the topic that I had sent you, you was like, it was a good topic. I had a debate. And it was some of my friends, we had it. And I was glad this question came. And I listened to some of my friends. And one thing, I'm going to stand up for the men on this one, is stop judging every man for your past relationship. Every man is not the same. Every situation is not the same.
Right.
I sat back to Friday and listened to one of my girlfriends, and I was like, girl, like, she's single. And I'm like, you're not going to be happy in a relationship because you're judging every man because of a bad experience.
Right.
Yes, that experience happened. It's a lesson learned. It gives you red flags. Mm-hmm. Work through it. Stop, because I can speak to myself about working through things and just walking away. Mm-hmm. Like if a red flag come, Nicole is gone. But it's not that I had to learn that every situation isn't that situation. And that's one thing. I just talking to several other women, it was, well, I was in a relationship and this happened, and then they started comparing notes, and then she was like, yeah, and the next dude, no, let a man be a man.
Yeah.
And if he do you wrong or he does something you don't like, speak up on it. Don't be quiet about it. Speak up on it. But it's a lot of women that I've talked to, and they take their past and bring it to the. You're never gonna have a future if you keep bringing your past with you.
I love that. And it's okay when you see red flags. Just don't take your crayon and color that booger in so it's automatically red, so you automatically have a reason to bounce because you're afraid and you are judging the man off of what somebody else did. My one thing would be is to stop comparing ourselves to each other.
Yeah.
You can have a big booty and it's okay if I don't. And I can have a big chest and it's okay if you don't. And it's okay if you got your doctorate, but I work at, like, it's okay. We are not meant to be exactly the same.
Right.
You are you for a reason. You are
Mhm.
uniquely and wonderfully made for a reason. Y'all are amazing queens. I'm not afraid of what you have to bring and offer to bring to this show. If I was afraid, I'd be sitting up here by myself, talking to the audience by myself, because I don't want nobody to come. We have to stop comparing ourselves to
Yeah.
each other. We really, really do. Mama says, allow every male to make their mistakes, or females as well, on their own merit. Exactly. William says, yes, yes. So that would be my one thing. We just got to stop comparing ourselves. And off of what I think Sierra said, if we're going to keep it 100, we don't get dressed up for the men. We're
No.
getting dressed up to outdo the next woman.
Yes.
To be honest, the average man that you are with or married to, if you ask him, does this make my butt look big? He's looking to see if your butt look big. If you ask him, do I look good in these jeans? He gonna answer accordingly. But if you take them jeans off and put on slacks instead, he don't care. Can we go, baby? Can we go? But when we go out that door, it's not the men that we're dressed up for. We're not really out there trying to impress them. I'm out there trying to impress Sierra and Nicole. I'm out there trying to impress Emma or Treva. I'm out there trying to impress the next chick because I want to look just as good as or better. Those men don't care like that. They care about you and what you are wearing, not what you, okay, but you would look good if you, they don't care like that. They really don't. They really don't. So what are your final thoughts as we end the show on anything? You could just pick a topic or just pick anything that you like to say. What are your last and final thoughts? Go ahead, Sierra. Oh, Nicole.
I love being she back. She back. She came back. I love being on this. It's such a wonderful, I don't know, aura. I just love being on this. I really appreciate it, Nikki, for inviting me. It's just so much fun, so much realness. I enjoy this. We need to have more of this, of just being us unapologetically and just loving on one another. And life happens. We live through it and we go through it. But it's wonderful to have people around you that really love you and care about you. So, Nikki, I thank you so much for allowing us to be on here. Will's going to probably tell me you need to tag Add a Pleasant Love. Me and my husband have a podcast. We have a YouTube. We have Instagram. We have TikTok. And it's Add a Pleasant Love. We talk about love, relationships, how to get your confidence. And I said Godfidence. So you have confidence from God to do whatever you want to do, whatever he's called you to do purposefully and live a prosperous life.
They don't care. Go ahead.
We don't care. But we thank y'all, and please go and like our page. Go look at our page. We have a lot of YouTube videos about love, relationships, marriage. We did a marriage starter kit. Right now we have a series called Not Guilty. It's about grace and giving grace to one another, giving grace to yourself, and as a church whole, how we give true grace as God has given us, so that we can come back together as the kingdom, as God has attended. So yeah. Look out for a lot of videos coming.
That part. Please check out the YouTube channel. Please check it out. It is called, once again, Sierra,
A Pleasant Love.
As it says there on the screen. And also follow them on Instagram. Follow them on Facebook. Listen, TikTok. William and these TikToks, I'm telling you, please follow them. Please follow them. Just want to end the night by saying how fly Nikki. Terry.
Wow. Wow.
All right, Terry. I'll be the cornbread, the good meal. Thank you, Terry. I appreciate it. Nicole, what are your final thoughts?
I don't know. I can't be as professional as Sierra. No,
I don't know how to get it together.
And black and people slapping folks. Go ahead. Carl.
Yeah, like I love Sierra. Sierra, hey, you my sis now. Nick, again, thank you for coming on. It's been a ball. I had a blast. I just love this forum. It's just free, and I can be myself. I don't have to, I'm gonna be me anyway. I don't know no other way but to be me. But yeah, thanks again. I had a ball. I'm just a phone call away. Shoot me a text. Hey, sis, I need you. Hey, it's always a yes. Sierra, when I come to Texas, I am coming to hang out with you and William. I know it's gonna be a ball.
Yeah.
Let me hit y'all a little bit of information. We are out of here. Y'all, please find me on the Obstacle Overcomer podcast. You can go to my website at theobstacleovercomer.com, but please visit me on YouTube where all of my interviews are. I am making a huge change in the show for the next season, which will start in a couple of months. So I'm so excited about everything that God is doing, as well as He is expanding my life coaching business. More information on that to come. If you're interested in joining us, Terry, to co-host with us here on Their POV with Nick and King, or anybody that is watching, or if you would like to submit a topic for us to talk about, Nicole sends me great topics all the time. Please hit me up at nickandking@gmail.com. And y'all, if you have not done so, please like us on Facebook and Instagram, and you can always find us on YouTube. Listen, we love to end the show with a word of the week. Sitting. He's gonna officiate. So the word of the week would be, it's a statement. In hindsight, we can always look back and say, man, I wish I would not have done this or that. I will be the first to tell you I do that probably 3 times per week. Let's be very cautious to try to stop and think before we do things, before we say things, because sometimes you just can't take things back. You can always apologize, but you can't take things back. And then we do know that there are consequences. So with that being said, remember that the decisions that we make have things that follow. With that being said, I'm going to also say, don't condemn yourself. We make mistakes. Sometimes you do things in the spur of the moment that you wish you could take back and you just can't. But that does not end your life. It doesn't end your life. It doesn't end who you are. It doesn't change everything that you worked so hard for. So with that being said, I want to thank you all so much. Stop. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us. Y'all, let's give it up for Nicole and Sierra. As always, y'all were incredible. Give it up for yourselves in the comments. Y'all make the show. Like, y'all comments just make the show. I want to thank my sisters for joining me. Thank all of you for listening. Until next time, kings and queens, keep reigning. Y'all stay right there. You two stay right there. Yeah.